Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Conquering Hill podcast and morning talk show. I'm your host, Nicholas Gagnier. And any way you slice it, I'm going to dice it. Thank you for joining me. I'm here to let you know what's crack a lacking today on January 11th, 2024. Wow, we are here, right? 2024, another year for opportunities, another year to change ourselves for the better. And that's what I would like to discuss today with you is change. Change. We need to embrace change, right? It's happening. Can't stop it. In 2024, new year is a reminder of why we need to change with the times sometimes. You've all heard you can't teach an old dog some new tricks. Well, you have to learn some of those new tricks. You have to move forward. You have to learn new skills, pick up better habits. You can't be afraid of change because change is happening all around us all the time. And you need to learn to embrace it because when you embrace change, sometimes, most of the time, new opportunities will arise. So you don't want to miss out on those potential life changing opportunities where, sometimes you can meet. Uh, a person that will propel that idea to a different direction. You might meet a your soulmate. You might meet someone that could change your life forever just by embracing change and not worrying about failure. Because sometimes people just don't want to change, right? Sometimes we get stuck in our tracks. What stops you from changing some of your habits, some of your old habits, some of your bad habits that bring you down, that stop you from becoming the best version of yourself? I myself included, I've fought change just, tooth and nail at times throughout my life. I think we all do, right? Because we don't want things to be different from what we're accustomed to, we're comfortable in what we're doing. We're comfortable in how things are. But that doesn't work. Life moves us forward with or without our consent. Life is moving us forward. We're getting older every single day, yet we're still trying to embrace every single moment. But that change, that change that you can embrace today could change your life forever, right? Obviously, we all know the process of life. We're taught to go through school all the way from kindergarten all the way to, being a senior in high school. We're taught, you should either learn a skill and to go out and work or go to school, to university, learn something, get a degree, learn something that you can choose a career with, right? And a lot of people will go to college these days and graduate from university and they don't use their degrees and they end up piles and piles of debt. And sometimes they don't pay off that debt for many years and maybe you are still paying off your college loans, right? That is just a horrible way to be trapped. And you can thank, unfortunately, the in a way, the United States government offering you those loans and getting you stuck in that web of debt for 20, 30 years, whatever it is. But that was the nature of the beast. That was the nature of the beast, right? If you wanted that particular degree, you couldn't afford it, you need to apply for those student loans to get where you want to go. That was a part of your change, that was your new normal, right? I hate using that term that was given to us years ago. We all remember it right during the COVID era. Unfortunately, they threw that one down our throats, the new normal. Well, I don't like the new normal, right? I like to embrace the present, embrace the change, right? Nothing's normal anymore, right? It's just life. It's just now. It's just the present. So, what you might consider normal, I might consider that's pretty strange, or vice versa, right? So, when we're going through life and changes are happening all around us, and especially to us, right? Um, as we're getting older, we lose contact with, maybe some friends along the way. People start living their lives. People start having families, right? So the people that we grew up with, they're not there anymore per se, right? We have to embrace our new sphere, our new tribes sometimes along the way, right? We meet new people along the way. We make new friends along the way, and they help us go in certain directions and grow as people, as humans. So this change, how does it affect you? What can you do differently to embrace that change? Why do you find yourself fighting it? Because we've all met people along the way where they're still doing the same thing over and over again. And that's almost like the definition of crazy, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That is a definition of crazy, of insane. So if you are still beating your head against the wall trying to accomplish something and it's not working, you need to change it. You need to try to a different approach. You need to look at it differently. You need to step back and look at it differently. And the best way to change your life is to change your habits. Change how you start your day. Look at what look at who and what is around you. Look at what you are consuming every single day. Not necessarily orally, but like what are you watching every day? What are you reading every day? Right? What are you listening to every day? I guarantee you, if you wake up in the morning and you throw on some motivational videos or YouTube videos or motivational speakers, that'll change the whole outcome of the day. That'll change everything going on that in that particular day, because that first 15 minutes will set you on the right path, right? If you wake up in the morning and all of a sudden, yeah, one bad thing after another happens to you, you're like, it's gonna be a horrible day. It's gonna be a horrible day. Well, you think that because now you just put it out there into the universe, but it's not necessarily going to happen. You can change that. You say, all right, this just happened to me. How am I gonna make it better? I'm gonna move forward now. I'm gonna I'm gonna resist this negative event and try to turn it into a positive. I'm going to change this negative event and turn it into a positive. And you can do that. You can do that. So remember, change is inevitable. It's happening to all of us every single day throughout our lives. And it's not just you, it's me. Can't be afraid of it. You have to embrace it, because with change comes opportunities, opportunities for a better life, opportunity for a better career, opportunities to meet someone, to change your life forever. Don't be afraid of change. You have to embrace change. It's easier said than done sometimes, right? You know, especially that era when we're finishing up maybe our university or moving forward to trying to get into the real world. And maybe some of our children, you have children that are kind of in that that age bracket of where they're starting to change. Things are changing in their life all the time, right? They just graduated high school, graduated college, and now they're going out there into the world. That can be scary for a lot of people, especially in this day and age. People can get stopped in their tracks. Fear will stop you in your tracks if you allow it. You can't allow fear to stop you, right? False reality appearing real. You cannot allow that to stop you, right? Fear, you've heard it many times, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Don't allow it to happen. It's just there. It's just there. So what? So what? Right? So when you're going through life and something that's scary and you're not accustomed to it and you don't want to get out of your comfort zone, that's the change that you need to make. That's the change you need to embrace. You got to see what's on the other side of that. You got to see what's on the other side of you putting 100% down. You got to see what's on the other side of you putting some effort into it. You need to see what's on the other side of accomplishing that. You have to see what's on the other side of being unstoppable. 'Cause change is coming. Change is every day. It's happening. So if you look at 5 of your most prominent habits, that could be positive habits, it could be negative habits of your life. Which ones can you change right now? Look at 5 things you do the most every single day. Which one of those can you change to make a better day for yourself? Can you reduce screen time? Can you drink more water? Can you exercise more? Can you pick up a book and try to read a half an hour a day? Can you call a friend every day just to say hi? Can you go outside for a while? Can you spend more quality time with your family and friends, your loved ones, your children? Can you try to get to work 10 minutes earlier every day? Can you try to sleep an extra half hour? Or wake up an extra half hour earlier. Right? So these little tactics that you can use to change your habits every single day can have a profound impact on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. Just a little tweak, just a little different, taking a different direction, taking this way, taking this path. It's safe. You don't need to worry. We've all been down different paths throughout our lives, and we're here every single day embracing that change because it is coming. You can't stop it. Sometimes change comes in a variety of ways. Sometimes it brings a lot of pain with it. Sometimes that change, involves losing someone you love dearly. That maybe that change involves, your family, you know, losing divorcing from your wife or spouse, or and all of a sudden you don't live with your children anymore. Sometimes, you move away to find a different job. Change comes in a variety of ways. You can't be afraid of it. It's happening. It's not stopping. So what can you do to embrace it? You need to recognize it. You need to recognize that it's happening right now, that particular change. And say, all right, I'm supposed to be here. This is what the universe wants right now. I'm supposed to be here in this moment. How am I going to react? How am I going to turn this situation into a positive? How am I going to use this situation to my benefit? Because every single thing that's happening to you right now, there's a positive in it. You might not see it, you might not realize it, but it's there for you to take advantage of. It's there for you to learn from. It's there for you to grow. Because without embracing change, there's no opportunity for growth, spiritually, physically, mentally. You have to embrace that, because if you get stuck, if you're stuck in that same mindset, stuck in that same vehicle going in the same direction, not veering off either other way, not interested in what this left turn takes or what this right turn takes, but you're just going straight all the time, not even not even with a care in the world what's going on around you. You're still using the same tactics. You're still falling into the same trap, using bad habits, maybe making bad choices because you do not want to embrace change. You don't want to stop. You don't want to stop getting. You don't want to stop going out every single Friday, Saturday night with your friends and getting hammered. You don't want to stop. Waking up in the morning. First thing you need to do is smoke a cigarette. You don't want to stop. Why? What is so difficult than making a positive change in your life? It takes effort. It takes discipline. Today is day 4 of the Conquering Hill podcast and morning talk show. And this is a big change for myself. This is a very big change for myself, waking up every single morning, 6 a.m., getting some exercise and getting some motivation in before I go live on Facebook and YouTube, streaming Monday through Friday, every weekday, 7 a.m., and having a replay on YouTube and Spotify for you to catch up with. Hopefully, I am providing you with some inspiration, some value, and some entertainment for your day, for your life. But also, this is for me. This is the change that I am choosing to embrace right now. This is the change that I want in my life. I want to be able to get up early. I want to be able to get some exercise in, some meditation, start my day off right. Because I know when I start my day off right with some exercise and some peace and quiet, right, before my children are awake, before everyone's awake, I get to have some quiet time for myself to grow. Okay, that's a change that I want in my life, and I've taken those steps. Now, What am I sacrificing? I'm sacrificing a little bit of sleep, right? But that's about it. I'm sacrificing the comfort of sleeping a little bit later in the morning, the comfort of hitting that snooze button and just rolling over. I'm sacrificing all those things just to start my day off the way I want. And this is what I want, right? So I I put a plan in place. I set out and said what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. Putting my word out there to you to be here every weekday streaming, not necessarily just for you, but it's also for me. This is the change that I want to bring about myself. This is the change that I want for 2024. This is the change that I know if I can do this every single day, every single weekday for this year, then I will have a fantastic year. Because I have now put myself in a position to change my mindset every single morning, to put the exercise in, do some meditation, clear my head, and get ready for a great day. Every day is not going to be awesome. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to want to hit that snooze button. I'm going to want to roll over and go back to bed. But now that I said I'm going to do something, I'm giving you my word. I've gave myself my word. And that, in my book, holds a lot of weight. So I'm so happy to be here to speak with you. I appreciate you having a listen today. And like I said, hopefully I can inspire you to embrace change throughout your life, to change some of your old habits that you know you don't need anymore. You know you don't need those habits anymore. They're not serving you. They're stopping you from becoming the best version of yourself. And hopefully, I can also motivate you to bring in some positive habits into your schedule, bring in some positive habits into your mind. What can you do? What am I doing right now? I know I can do better. I know I can exercise just 10 to 15 minutes a day. I swear, just 10 to 15 minutes a day will change your life. Every single day. Just 10 to 15 minutes. That is nothing. That is nothing. I know you can do that. And it'll change everything. It'll change your whole mindset. You'll look forward to it. You'll want to do more. I promise you that because you'll be hungry. You'll be hungry for some change. Now, throughout life, there are moments when you will resist. There are moments when you want to go back to where it used to be. You wish you could go back in time when it was so easy. You wish you could go back in time when things were different. That's not happening. You're not going back. You're going forward. You're going forward. You need to embrace what is ahead because that is part of the journey. That's the beautiful thing about life. Embracing what is ahead, embracing all the unknowns of what life has to offer. Because we've been stuck before. You've been stuck before. I've been stuck before. Maybe you know people that are still stuck in their old ways. And the people that stay in that same trap and sit inside that same web of horrible habits, you can see it and you want to help them and you offer help. And sometimes it works for a little bit, sometimes it doesn't. But I know people that do the same things over and over again, and it causes pain for other people because they can't get past some of their horrible habits or addictions. They can't embrace change. Sometimes the pain is just too much to endure that they have to numb their pain with substances. But there's no better high than living the best life. There's no better high than living in the moment of joy and bliss. There's no better high They're giving 100% of effort, of love, determination to life. There's no better high to being on your true path. There's no better high than embracing our one and only life. So now we know, right? You know about change. I know about change. What are we going to do? What are we going to do today? What can you do today to create a better tomorrow? What can you do today to have a better week, a better month, a better year, a better life? If you just change three things, look at your top 5 habits, right? Your positive or negative. Set them aside. Write down 3 things that you can do today to have a better day. Write down 3 things right now so you can have a better tomorrow, a better week, a better month, a better year. Just 3 things. And I guarantee you it will have a profound effect on your life. Because you got to put it out there. You got to put it out there to the universe. You need to want to embrace that change. Can't be afraid of it. It's happening. It is happening. Whether you like it or not, time is like a wrecking ball of change. It's coming through and you're not stopping it. You can't resist time. With time brings that change that we all must face to face, every single day. And it goes by like this. It goes by like this. And if we're not changing for the better, we're getting stuck. We're getting stuck in life. And that's when horrible things can happen. That's when we get depressed, angry at our situation, our life. We think we should be somewhere else. We think we should have different things. We think, we don't have enough money. I've wasted all these years. And maybe some of that's true. But the reason why it is true is because you refused to embrace change. You refused to make yourself better. You refused to change some of your old habits when you knew they were not serving you. Just put them away. Put those old habits away. There's no reason. There's no reason to keep doing the same thing over and over again when it doesn't serve you. Life for, listen, every person's life experience is different, right? We can all admit that. But we all feel the same emotions throughout life. The human experience somewhere is like Bob Marley said, we're all one, right? That human experience is just one experience. We all feel these different emotions throughout life at different times. And the only thing that's different about each and one of our lives is actually desire and action. What do we want? What are we going to do? Every person gets dealt a deck of cards. Our life is just a deck of cards. We wake up ready to live, right? Pulled from the womb, just a deck of cards. How are we going to play our hand? What are we going to do with our hand? All comes down to that. We think there's barriers and obstacles in the way, but those are just learning opportunities. Those are just growth opportunities. That's just part of the process. That's part of the human experience of going over that wall, running through that wall, running around that wall, climbing that hill, conquering that hill. Because we all have to conquer our own hills in life. The Conquering Hill podcast was born from my desire to be a motivational speaker. And also my wife's suggestion that I should start a podcast. Conquering Hill podcast was me embracing change. I was afraid to put myself out there for a few years. I first wrote down the goal of becoming a motivational speaker in 2016. I didn't put myself out there until last year, which was 2023, right? New Year's Day. 5 years. That was 5 years of, of wasted time. 5 years that I refused to actually put any effort into this desire to be a motivational speaker. Now, from the outside looking in, you could have thought I was motivational just by just watching what I was trying to accomplish down in Panama to build a hostel. That was inspiring, no doubt. But I never put myself out there because I was afraid. Fear stopped me in my own tracks. And I finally took the plunge. I don't know how many people I will reach throughout this journey. I have reached people so far, and their words inspire me to do more, to be better, to keep going forward. I've been ridiculed also along the way, but haters are always going to hate. I like that. That's fuel. But this process, this journey that I am on now, is also bigger than all of that. This has created a discipline and the positive habits that I need in my life to become a better person, to inspire others to become a better person, to live their best life, to live in the present. Because that is the ultimate. That is the ultimate success, being in the present. So when it's time to go, when it's time to leave, what are we actually bringing with us? I'm not carrying anything. You're not carrying anything. Everything that you bring with you when you leave is only in your heart and in your mind. Life experiences. So take a look at those experiences. What experiences do you want to embrace? What kind of life do you want to have? You don't want to look back when you don't want to look back on your life years from now, 10 years, 20 years from your deathbed, whatever, and regret not making a change. Regret not making a decision that could have changed your life forever. And regret not trying something that you always wanted to do. You know, we create this bucket list sometimes of all these things we want to do before we die. Well, let's do it a different way, right? Let's make a list of all the things we want to do while we are living. Our living list. Create your own living list. Life. It holds everything. It all depends what you want out of it. You need to be able to you need to be able to squeeze every single juice, every drip of juice out of those oranges, those lemons, out of life. One and only. One roller coaster ride. We got one ticket to ride. Good old Beatles jam. What are you going to do with that ticket? Don't worry about the ride. The rides will have its ups and downs. You'll be screaming half the time, hands in the air. It's just a ride. But you need to look at yourself. You need to look at what you're doing. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. We can all do better every single day. But it really starts with us. It starts from within. It starts with embracing life, embracing the change that comes along with it. So I appreciate you taking the time today, having a listen to the Conquering Hill podcast and morning talk show. Hopefully, I have provided some information for you that you can use and utilize today, tomorrow, throughout your life. I am here every weekday, 7 a.m., streaming live on my personal Facebook page and YouTube at Conquering Hill. So please check it out. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow again. Same time, same place. Enjoy. Take care.